Well, hey everyone, it's Terry here with TrueBlind Gaming, where we believe the only limit is yourself. And I've got another Minecraft tutorial video for you today. Today we're going to be talking about creating a mental map, which is taking the skills that we learned in the last one of navigating your world and finding your first tree, and narrowing that scope so you can navigate the area that you want to call home, or if you just want to learn more about what is out there. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Before we get into it, I'd like to thank you so much for the feedback on the previous video. It warms my heart to hear that it did help people, and thank you so much for the feedback for future videos, so those will be coming. But right now, let's get into the video of how to create a mental map. So in this tutorial video, I wanted to give you the way that I start creating what I call a mental map around the world around me. So in the last video, my first one, we talked about navigating the world in general and finding a tree. But let's say you've found a place that you really, really like and you want to start settling down or getting to know that area more. I just start creating a mental map, and it's very similar to what we did before. We just narrow the scope, as it were.
Multiplayer button.
So I'm just going to open a test world
Selected test world 1.
that I have here.
Play selected world button. Preparing resource 0%. Player XP decreased to 0.
Okay, so we are in a forest biome. I know that by pushing the F4 key for the
F4 menu.
mod config menu and pushing 6.
Forest biome.
Forest biome.
Oak leaves. North.
So what I want to do first, of course, using our coordinates, is find a reference point to start from. So if I'm facing north.
Negative 372.4x.
372.
Oak leaves. Oak leaf. Negative 374.1x.
Okay, and I move to the west. The numbers go up because it's negative. And then there's oak leaves in front of me.
Oak leaves. Negative 371.7x. Negative 370.9x. Negative 370.7x.
Okay, so negative 370. I think that's where I want to start. Now this 0.9, 0.7, if you really want to start navigating more efficiently, you want to try to get yourself in the middle of those blocks.
Negative 370.5x.
Like 0.5 is great. Anywhere from 0.4 to 0.6 is great. If you find that moving back and forth by just pushing the A and D keys to move back and forth is not enough, you can crouch by using the shift key and then moving those, and it'll move you very, very slightly. Now, I am at 370x. Where am I in the Z?
78.6z.
78. So I'm going to try moving south.
80.1z.
80.
80.4z.
Okay, so my starting point will be
negative 370.5x.
370 in the X,
80.4z.
80 in the Z,
71.0y.
and 71 in the Y. Now, when I start creating a mental map, ignore those beeps for a moment. I'll talk about those in future videos. I want to start creating a mental map by navigating around me.
North.
And I'm going to do that in chunks of like 10 blocks. You can do this every block. You can do it with 5. You can do it with 20. However much detail you want to narrow the scope by. So if I do 10 blocks, so if I'm facing north. And I just start walking forward.
Negative 370.5x. 73.9z.
73.
71.1z. 70.2z.
70.
70.0y.
And I've gone down a block.
North.
Now I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go back to my starting point. At one point, I know I dropped down, so I'll have to jump up. Here it is.
77.9z. 80.6z.
Okay, I'm back at 80. Now I'm going to go south. I can't. I got to jump. Okay, did I jump?
72.0y.
Okay, I'm at 72, so I'm going to keep
log.
going. Oh, there's a birch log in front of me.
86.6z.
Okay, so now I'm at 86. So I can choose to chop down this tree since it's right in front of me.
South. Birch log. Birch log.
And I'm actually going to. Remember, when you're aimed at a tree, you're looking...
4 oak log selected.
Oh, I don't have an axe yet. You're looking at the log that is at your head height. So you punch that one first.
Birch log.
Then you have to look
Please,
down at 45 degrees to hit the block at your feet.
Grass block.
And since I was at 86,
86.60.
the tree was at
Okay. 87. 87.7z.
You move 87, use the
up.
controls to look up and take down the rest of the tree above your head.
Birch log.
Another tree tutorial
Birch
for
log.
you.
Birch log.
This is a tall birch tree.
Birch leaves. Air.
I got them all. Okay, so also, if you hear some buzzing and stuff around, that's a natural bee nest nearby. We're not
Oak
going to worry
leaves.
about that.
South. Oak leaves. 87.7z.
Okay, so I'm at 87.
Oak leaves.
There's some leaves in front of me. I can
Oak
just punch those.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves.
Again, looking down at 45 degrees, so I punched the one at my head height,
Oak leaves.
and then the one at my
Oak
feet.
leaf. 90.6 Z.
Okay, so now I'm at 90.
North.
I'm going to turn back around. I'm not going to do any more here.
84.8 Z.
I'm going to go back to 70.
82.3 Z. 81.2 Z.
Or 80.
80.5 Z.
Okay, 80.5 Z. And I know when I went north, I dropped down a block. When I went south, I went up a block.
80.5 Z.
So you're kind of getting an idea that it might go uphill in that direction.
North.
So now that we're back at our reference point that we always come back
Oak
to,
leaves.
we're going to go turn east.
Negative 370.5 X.
Now there's leaves in front of me.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves.
And again, punching the one at my head height, looking down to punch the one at my feet.
Grass block. Oak leaves. Grass block. Oak leaves. Grass block. Grass block. Grass block. Negative 363.3 X.
Okay, 363.
East. Grass block.
Hey,
Grass
there's
block. Grass block.
grass in front of me, so I jumped up.
71 point. Negative 361.1 X.
And 360.
Negative 360.4 X.
360.
Negative 71.0.
Okay, so we went through
East.
some leaves,
East.
and we went
East. Oak leaves.
up a block. Now I'm going to head back the way I came.
Grass block. Negative 367.6 X. Grass block.
And I had to actually jump up.
71.0 Y. Negative 370.3 X. Grass block. 70.0 Y. Oak leaves.
Yeah, so I'm going back and forth between 360 and 370.
Negative 362.6
And there was like
X.
a place where it went down,
Grass block.
and then I had to jump back up
Grass
again.
block. Negative 370.0 X.
Okay, so now I'm at 370 again.
80.5 Z.
Still at 80 Z.
West. West.
Now I'm going to go west. I had to jump up.
72.0 Y.
Jump up again.
73.0. 80.5 Z. Negative 378.0 X. Negative 380.1 X.
Okay, now I'm at 380. So I've done basically like a plus sign, 10 blocks in each direction, and I found the ground is kind of undulating a bit. There are a few trees around. So now what I want to do is if I've gone 10 blocks to the west, if I go 10 blocks to the north, then I'll basically be doing a square. Like if you picture the plus where my starting point was in the center, if we start doing like the perimeter of that, so we start filling out like 4 squares of 10 blocks each. So if we went to
80.5 Z.
80,
Negative 379.7 X. Negative 380.6 X.
negative 380,
80.5 Z.
and we're at 80 Z, and we want to go north.
Oak. 78.1 Z.
Oh, I found something.
North. Short grass. North. Oak log.
Another tree.
Oak log.
Again, I can choose,
72.0 Y.
and it did drop down a block.
74.3 Z.
Now I can choose to take
North.
down the street. I'm going to do that again. Since it's right in front of me, I don't have to go off the path.
Oak log.
Again, hitting the block at your head height, looking
Grass
down
block.
to hit the block
Grass
at your
block.
feet,
North. Oak log. Up. Up.
getting under the tree, and looking straight up so you
Oak
can
log.
take down the logs above your head.
Oak log.
I may not get all this tree, though.
Oak log. Oak leaves.
I did.
North.
Okay, so now I'm not going to look back north.
73.4 Z.
73.
Oak leaves. 70.9 Z.
Okay, so now I'm at 70 again. I was at 80, I'm at 73. So now I'm at the northwest corner of where I was looking.
North. East.
Now I want to go east.
Negative 378.6 X.
Take my X back down to the 370 that we started.
70.0 Y.
And it's dropped down a couple blocks because now it's down to 70.
Negative 371.1 X. Negative 370.0 X.
Okay, now I'm at 370.
70.9 Z.
70 in the Z. So basically, oh, there's a dog. So we're basically at the north of the plus sign that we made.
East.
Now, if we want to continue going east.
Dirt. Dirt. Stone. 65.0 Y.
Oh, see, it's dropped down a few
East.
blocks, and I heard stone.
Stone. 70.9 Z. Negative 365.6 X. Grass block. Stone. Stone. Grass block down.
Now, if you find that you start going down blocks or you hear stone and stuff, if you want to
Down.
move forward without
Stone.
falling, you can hold the shift key, and if you creep forward, you actually won't fall off the block if you come to an
Dirt.
edge.
Stone. 65 point dirt. Stone.
But I did that, and I didn't move forward,
Dirt.
and I'm finding there's a place
Stone.
here I can't jump up. When I tried to go to the northeast corner of our little box that we're creating.
East. Grass block.
So I'm going to try to go back west. I want to try to go back
Grass
to a
block.
point I was.
Dirt.
And I'm able to jump up.
Grass block. Dirt. Grass block. Dirt.
Okay, so I'm not able to jump back up to where I was. So again, a kind of tutorial where if you
Grass
can't
block,
jump
dirt.
up to
Grass block,
terrain
dirt. Grass block,
that's in
dirt.
front of you, you want to center yourself in that block. So if you're facing
West.
west, you want to center yourself in the...
Grass block. Dirt.
You want to center yourself in that block in the Z direction.
70.9 Z. Dirt.
Which means...
Dirt. 70.8 Z. 70.8 Z.
70.5
Z.
70.5. And you want to hit...
Grass block.
Oh, I was able to jump up because I wasn't centered on that block. I was actually knocking again. There was a block.
Dirt.
Here, let me show. If we went to the one block to the left
Dirt.
at
71.4 Z.
71,
Grass block. Dirt.
I can't jump
Grass
up there because there is a block at my head height. But if I was, and I was
Dirt.
just on the edge between those two blocks,
Grass block. Dirt.
and my character wasn't able to jump up. So when I centered myself in the Z direction,
70.3 Z.
in the
70.5 Z.
7.5,
block.
then I found I was able to jump up. So if you find like you can't jump up in the block you're trying to get up on, make sure you're centered,
-368.0
because you might be running into the blocks next to it.
-368.6 X.
Okay, so we're going to continue. Oh, I can't jump up here to the next one.
70.5 Z.
And I know I'm centered,
-368.6 X.
so I'm going to try punching the block ahead of me.
Grass block.
Okay. Now I was able to jump up, because your character needs 2 blocks to fill a space,
-369.6
and now
X.
it's empty. And now I'm...
-370.1 X. -370.1 X.
Now I'm back at 370 again. So what we found when we tried to go east, the ground kind of dropped away into a
South.
place where we may not want to go. So now that we're back at
70.5 Z.
70.5
-370.1 X.
and 370X, we're going to head back to our original Z direction by heading south, because we're like the north side of that plus sign we made, back to a place
block.
we know, our origin point.
79.5 Z. 80.1 Z.
So now we're back at 80.
79.9 Z. 80.5 Z. South. Oak leaves.
So now if we try heading
-370.1 80.6 Z.
east again,
Grass block.
out to where we did before, we're going down
Grass
the
block.
right arm of that plus sign.
-361.2 X. -360.3 X.
360, so we can either choose here. If we know if we went to the northeast corner of our little box, that it started dropping
North.
away. So we can try
Grass
going
block.
north here.
Grass block. Grass block.
I'm going to
Grass block.
use the shift
Grass
key
block.
and look down
Grass block.
so I can hear
Grass
the
block.
blocks, and I can tell if I'm going
Oak
to
leaves.
make sure I don't fall off.
North.
Okay, there's some stuff in front of me.
Grass block. Oak leaves. Grass block. Oak leaves.
Just some leaves I'm
Oak leaves.
hitting.
72.4 Z. -360.3 X. 72.4 Z. Grass block. Oak leaves. 71.3 Z. Grass block. Short. 70.4 Z.
Okay, so we did. Now we're at the northeast corner. We're at the 70 in the Z
-360.3 X.
and 360 in the X.
North.
So what that tells me is when we approach this corner from the north side of the plus sign, went east, we started going down. But when we approached it from the going north from the right side of the plus sign, we were able to reach
71.0 Y.
71. That tells me that there might be something going down underground if you approach it from
South.
that direction. So, that in mind, I'm going to head back to the right side of the plus sign
-360.3 X.
at 360
79.0 Z. 79.8 Z. 80.5 Z.
and 80. So now we've kind of, if you picture our plus sign, we've made the 2 top blocks of 10 blocks wide each. We've kind of mapped those out. Now we want to do the southern
South.
side. So we want to continue heading south.
Birch
And there's
leaves.
leaves in front of me. And birch leaves.
Grass block. Birch leaves.
Again, I'm going to look
Birch
down at the ground so I can
Birch
take
leaves.
care of blocks at my head
Birch
height
leaves.
and also at my feet that might prevent me from moving.
-360.4 X.
Okay, so I can't jump up. Is there grass or leaves at my
Birch
feet?
leaves. Oak leaves.
There's leaves, so I'll take
Oak
care of
leaves.
that.
Oak leaves. 70.0 Y. Oak leaves.
Okay, I think we
Oak
dropped
leaves.
down a block.
71. Oak leaves.
We indeed did.
84.6 Z. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves.
More
leaves.
leaves.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Grass. 86.6 Z. Grass. Short grass. 89.2 Z. Grass. 90.1 Z.
Okay, we reached 90 again.
70.0 Y. Grass block. Grass
And we
block.
dropped down a block. Now, I went through some leaves there, so if you want to try to get
South.
find the log
Southwest. West.
around there, you totally can. Just remember, if you wander around too much, don't get lost. Always use a reference point. Use your coordinates. Try to face the same direction as you're trying to hit the leaves and find the
West.
trunk.
West. Grass block.
But as you're kind of trying to get the world around you, I would just try to stay on the path.
Grass block.
Clear the leaves away and continue walking through if you can. So now we're at the southeast corner of the little square we're making.
-362.3 X.
So now we're going to head west.
Oak log.
Oh, we've got a tree in front of us.
West. Dirt. Oak log.
Now see, I'm
West.
facing west, but if I look down at the ground, there's the log at my feet.
Dirt.
Now there's dirt. That means that this tree was actually growing on a block that was one above
Grass block.
where we're currently
17.0
standing.
Oak, oak leaves. Up.
And I can't jump up because the leaves are in the way. So I'm going to look up,
Oak leaves.
break a leaf above my head. Okay, now I can jump.
Grass block.
Now the tree, since it was growing, the tree was growing at our head height. To get the second log, we actually want to look up at 45 degrees and punch that block.
Oak leaves. Oak block.
Now I was able to jump into that space since I created 2 empty spaces for my character to jump into.
Oak leaf. Up. Up.
Now I'm going to find the rest of the log by looking up and punching the rest of that log.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves.
Okay.
Grass block.
Now that I've done that, what's our reference point?
Negative 368.3x.
368.
90.5z.
And still 90 in the z.
West. Grass block.
We're almost
Grass
to
block.
the southern part.
Negative 369.
Actually, is that grass or
Grass block.
leaves?
Grass block.
Okay, so there's grass in front of me at my feet because I look down, but I can't jump up because there's leaves above my head.
Oak leaf. Up.
So I'm going to take care of those by looking up.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Grass block.
Okay, now I can jump. Now can I jump into that space?
Negative 370.6x.
Okay, I did move forward. So now we're at the southern tip of the plus that we made, and we're going to continue going west. I jumped up again.
73.0y. Oak leaves. 73.0y. Negative 377.6x.
Okay, we're at 377. There's more leaves in front of us.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Negative 379. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Negative 380.6x.
And we're at 380.
90.5z.
And 90. That is the southwest corner of our plus sign.
Log.
Oh, and I turned to the north.
North.
Because that was the direction we were going to head.
Oak log.
And
Oak
there's
log.
another log in front of me, so I'll take care of this as well. A forest is great to start in. You get a lot of
log.
trees right away.
Grass block.
Again, I hit the one at head height, one at foot height. I move into that space,
Oak log. Up.
look up, and chop down the rest of the tree,
Oak
or
log.
as much as I can reach. I'm not going to really worry about floating trees at this time.
Oak leaves. Air. Oak leaves.
Okay,
Grass block. Oak grass. Oak leaves.
now again, I'm going to continue going north.
88. Negative 380.4x.
Make sure we stay on that 380 in the X.
North.
Okay, I think if I look down,
Grass block.
it's a grass
Oak
block,
leaves. North.
but
Oak leaf. Up.
again, there's leaves above my head.
Oak leaves. Oak
So I'm
leaves.
going to hit those.
Oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oak leaves.
Okay, now I can jump. Can I?
88.3z.
I'm looking forward to moving forward 1 block, so can I jump up into
Oak
that
leaves.
space?
Oak leaf. 88.3z.
I cannot. So I'm going to try hitting the blocks in front of me. Now can I jump in that space?
85.3z.
I did.
72.0y.
And I believe I went,
72.0y.
because I was at 88.
90.0z. Oak leaves. 90.6z. 88.3z. 72.0y. 72.0y. 73.0y.
Yep, I went up a block.
84.7z.
So now we're going to continue going forward
North. 80.8z.
until we hit
80.4Z.
80 again. So now we're at the most eastern part, western part, excuse me, of our plus
North.
sign.
East.
So now I'm going to head back east.
Negative 371.7x. Negative 370.8x. North. 80.4z.
And now we have completed 4 blocks of, we made a plus sign by going in each direction, and then we went around the perimeter, hit in the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast corners. So that's how I start making a map of what's going on around me. And I can tell to the northeast, there might be evidence of a cave. To the southwest, that is the highest point we've had so far. It's at 73. There were several trees around that we knocked down. I also heard that there was a beehive nearby. So what I would do now is I would choose a direction. I'm going to choose north.
71.0y. North.
And some
Oak leaves.
reason I'm not centered on the block. I got to center myself.
Negative 370.4x.
Okay.
Negative 370. 69.2z. 68.4z. 69.8z. 70.5z.
Okay, 70s. This is the very tip of
North.
the block of the plus sign to the north. So now I'm going to walk another 10 blocks.
62.5z. 60.8z. 69.0y.
60.
60.8z. 69.0y.
And it's 79, so it's actually gone down a
Oak
bit.
leaves. North.
And then from there, I can start going west. I can start going north. Again, I can create another plus sign. But what you want to do is basically use the coordinates, like the zeros, like 80, 370, 90, 380, to kind of orient yourself with the coordinates so you can go north, south, east, west, and start making this grid pattern and start figuring out where you are. Now,
North.
let's say
South.
you get completely
Short
lost. Because believe me, you're going to get lost sometimes.
Negative 370.4
It's going to happen.
76.2 Z.
So if I come back south from where I was
78.1 Z.
to our
80.6 Z.
to our starting point,
Negative 370.4 X.
370 and 80,
North. 71.0 Y.
and take our y direction. So I'm just going to run north. I'm just going to go off in some random direction. I'm going to hit east. I'm going to try going west.
No.
There's a bunch of leaves and stuff in my way. So I'm just going to run. I'm going to go east.
South.
Oh,
Dirt.
oh no, I've really got myself in
Stone.
trouble. Where am I?
Dirt. Dirt.
Actually,
dirt,
where am I?
Dirt. 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 Dirt.
Okay, can I stand here?
62.0.
Okay.
Stone.
So I did not know this was here.
62.0.
We're down to 62. There's stone around, dirt around. I'm in water. I'm in trouble. So what do I do to kind of reorient myself so I can get back? If you remember, I told you to turn on cheats when creating your world, and we're going to use the teleport command. So what you want to do is make sure you're not in the pause menu. You want to hit the slash.
Chat screen. Slash. Input message and press enter.
The forward slash. And then you want to start typing teleport.
1x12 1x5 team selected. 1x3 teleport selected.
Now I've typed 3 of the letters and it's already told me teleport. What that's doing, it's guessing what command do you want to run. Once you hear it say teleport, you can push tab.
Teleport.
And it will fill in the rest of that command for you. Now what you do is you push
1x9 minus 366.71 selected.
You push space and it will kind of give a coordinate you want to go to. But to make sure that you teleport yourself, what you want to do is whatever your username is, whatever you use for Minecraft, you want to start typing that in. So if I hit T,
1x1 TrueBlind Gaming selected.
TrueBlind Gaming, because I'm the only one here. If there's more than it starts with that letter, you might have to type more.
TrueBlind Gaming.
So I'm going to push tab on that to complete the command and hit space. Now, you got to type in where you want to go. Now, if I remember correctly, it was, I'm going to mess this up. Negative, so I'm going to type minus 3.
1x2 minus 363.6. 1x2 minus 30. 1x2 minus 370. 63.63 selected.
Minus 370 in the X. Then I hit space. And now I want to do the Y direction. It's X, Y, Z. Y I know is 71. Hit space. And now you want to do your Z direction, which I don't remember was minus or negative. I think it was negative. So I'm going to do negative 80. Now if you hit enter...
Teleported TrueBlind Gaming to minus 369.500000, 71.000000, minus 79.5, 54.5.
I messed up that command because it put me in water.
1x3 teleport selected.
So I'm going to type it really fast because I'm underwater.
1x1 TrueBlind Gaming.
And negative 370x 71y 90 nope 80z.
20 area 0.71.0.
Okay. So that's why it's important to know your negative and your positive.
North.
I almost drowned.
North.
What?
South. 71.0 Y. North.
I am back where I was before.
75.7 Z. 75.7 Z. Negative 369.5 X.
Yep. Yep, because there's that dog. Where's that beehive?
Negative 369.4 X. Negative 368.6 X. 70. Negative 370.2 X. 82.9 Z.
Because I want that. I want to hear that beehive so I can
South.
confirm. Or I can start looking
Oak leaves.
around me. Oh, there's oak leaves.
88.5 Z. Negative 370.2
To my south. I know those were there.
South. North.
So,
Negative 370.2 X. 84.2 Z. 82.0 Z.
I'm going to go back to my reference
81.2
point.
80.7 Z. Negative 370.2 X.
Okay, so now I'm back at my 370 minus 370. There's the beehive, so yes, I know I'm in the right place. So if you ever really get in trouble, you can use the teleport command to get yourself back. There's also some really other good uses for it, but make sure you get your negatives and your positive numbers correct, and your Z and your Y. If you do the wrong Y command, you can either put yourself underground and you'll suffocate, or you'll be too high in the sky and you'll fall and die. So make sure you get that correctly. But I hope this has given you an idea how to basically narrow the scope on the world that you're trying to create and navigate by basically breaking the world into chunks. You can choose as big a chunks as you want. If you want to go every block, go every block. If you want to break it up to 20, 50, 10, 5, whatever you want, whatever makes it more comfortable and interesting for you to know as much as you want about the world around you. Well, again, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you found it confusing, please let me know in the comments below, and I will try to clarify as much as I can. Also, find the links below to the Playability Discord and also the Blind Gaming Club. Both those communities are amazing at helping you get better at Minecraft and other games. And if you have any future video ideas, please leave those in the comments as well. I will take those to heart, because I want to try to make as many tutorial videos as I can to help you as a blind and visually impaired player of Minecraft succeed. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for joining me for this video, and I will talk to you guys later.